Probably the most common question I've received over the last 25 years since founding Carmen Commercial Real Estate is whether it's better to buy or to lease your real estate. So today I'm going to give you some key considerations for that question to perhaps help you get started in thinking through that process. The first consideration is upfront cost. When a company buys a piece of real estate, like buying a home, you're going to have to make a significant contribution of the equity of the purchase. In other words, perhaps a minimum of 20% of the cost of the real estate. As opposed to leasing, your upfront cost would really consist of maybe a month or two of rent as a security deposit, and maybe the first month's rent, significantly less. So taking that one step further, when a company buys a piece of real estate, it's going to part with a lot of its money. So consequently, that could be very challenging if the company's in a growth mode, or if it anticipates having to hire a number of people or buy equipment or fixtures. It may need that cash to continue operating the business rather than having it tied up in the piece of real estate they just purchased. The next consideration should be the overall cost. Initially, of course, we compare the rental cost to making a mortgage payment. However, there are many other costs that are involved in building ownership that you don't see when you're leasing real estate, such as having to maintain the property. Everything from the heating cooling system, the landscaping outside, you need snow removal. So there's many factors that add up that you don't see when you're leasing. Also, the time and effort of having staff focusing on those items, the maintaining the building, as opposed to just operating the core business. So there's something that you take away from your business, the focus you take away from your business when you own it as opposed to leasing it. Leasing it is, of course, a much easier step. So on the initial outlay of cost, mortgage payment to rent payment, it would appear that ownership would be much less expensive. However, that gap closes significantly when you measure the overall cost of ownership. Growth is the next consideration. Is your business growing? If so, does it really make sense to purchase a piece of real estate that, unless you're holding it for some extended period of time, you probably will lose money just based on the exchange costs, commissions to brokers, environmental studies, closing costs. If you're exchanging, selling, buying real estate pretty frequently, those costs are going to be significant. And unless you have a tremendous return or appreciation of your real estate, you're probably not going to recover those. So if the business is dynamic at all, especially in growth, probably should not be buying real estate. Before making a final decision to purchase a building, first you should talk with your accountant and perhaps your lawyer. Just talk to your advisors. Make sure that you fully understand the cost and the risk associated with the purchase, as opposed to really the path of least resistance, which is often the lease and gives you the most flexibility. I hope this was helpful.